Since 1992, the World Federation of Mental Health decided that every year, on a special day, you and yours can take the day off from your regular activities to rejuvenate and recharge your mental health. And that day is October 10, and it's called World Mental Health Day. The day also allows for all stakeholders working on mental health issues to talk about their work and what is needed to ensure that mental health care is accessible to all around the world. And to mark this day, I had a conversation with the area doctor, as he's fondly called. His real name, Gbenga Adebayo.
I'm a health communication specialist. I'm a public health physician, and we go around enlightening people on various things. And of course, one of the things that we focus on is mental health, especially for the corporate wellness programs. So we run corporate wellness programs, mental health programs for various organizations, and even when we go to our religious, faith-based organizations, and we talk to them, one of the things we up on is mental health, because really, of a truth, there's no health without mental health.
In other words, if you're not well collected upstairs, you can't put yourself together elsewhere. The World Health Organization says that 1 in every 8 persons globally are living with mental health condition. And with that number, you'd see it's approximately 1 billion people. And if you apply the same maths in Nigeria, it is 25 million people, which is almost the total population of the people in Australia, with a total population of 27 million people. Now, this begs the question, how accessible is mental health care in Nigeria?
It's not easy accessing health in Nigeria anymore, especially when we're talking about organized care, because we are having several challenges at various levels, right? So the issue of health financing, the issues of the health personnel, the human resources for health, the doctors that need to, and mental health is a specialty in medicine. So we have challenges accessing specialist care. And then coupled with the fact that what we just described, the stigma, the issues of acceptability of this. So it's not quite easy. But for people that want it, the care is available, right? We have it in our tertiary hospitals, we have it in specialist hospitals, the neuropsychiatric centers that we have, federal neuropsychiatric centers that does. We have one in Lagos, another in Abeokuta. We have them all around there. So it's not as easy as we would like it to be, but it is accessible for people that they need it, and we need more effort, more resources poured into it to train a specialist that can deliver this care, and then of course to make it easier and affordable for people to get. We shouldn't see people that are not in their right senses walking the street, roaming the streets, and then people themselves that need care. So it's not all medicalized. We can have this. Other people can also provide some form of care. Our psychologists can provide some form of care. Our therapists, occupational therapists, our counselors can provide some form of care. But people need to know that these resources are available. They need to get access to it and be able to get. But at the top of the pyramid, of course, is the specialist care, the psychiatric care that we can have both in the community, and then of course we can also have it in the hospitals.
Dr. Adebayo also spoke about the need for more mental health specialists in Nigeria.
If I look into my class, we finished medical school maybe 20 years ago. If I look into my class, it's a fraction of us that remain in the country. I look at the younger ones, they are all living in droves. Even some people that have not left, have left clinical medicine. And even we talk about before we go out, even in the country, the mix, we have internal displacement, right? We don't have enough physicians. If you went to maybe Jalingo now, I don't know how many physicians, how many specialists you'll be able to see in the northern part, and even in some hinterland in the western part. So there's a problem. Our psychiatrists, they want them abroad, they need them abroad, they take them abroad, and not many people are now going even into specialist care anymore, including mental health. So all hands need to be on deck to ensure that we make becoming a psychiatrist attractive, and then after you have become a psychiatrist, to stay and deliver the care that we need. Our hospitals are full because we don't have enough people. We don't have enough facilities. Even the private, we have a few private psychiatric centers in the country. They are also full, right? So we need more hands on deck.
He also spoke about the stigma attached to mental health issues in Nigeria.
When I go to somewhere now where we're trying to engage with people and say, how many of you have seen a psychiatrist? We just say, I reject it. God forbid, psychiatrists like how. But it's more acceptable in some other parts of the world to say, oh, I'm seeing my therapist. We don't want to, nobody wants to have anything to do with a mental health issue here. But like we say to people, mental health conditions are so common. The data shows us that up to 5% of Nigerians, I think that's an underestimation, have a serious mental health condition that requires management. So we need to break those barriers, the things that make people, the stereotypes that people equate mental health issues with violence, with psychosis, that the person doesn't know what is happening. But of a truth, more physical violence is committed against people that are struggling with mental health challenges than mental health people with mental health conditions physically harming. So but we tend to think mental health patients are violent. No, they are not. And it's a whole range from psychosis to anxiety disorder. So there are so many things that we have the spectrum. So we need to change all these stereotypes and destigmatize the issue of anybody that has mental condition should be able to get the help that they need. And looking at the things that our environment, there's a lot of stigma and misunderstanding around the issues of mental health. So it's important that we combat the myths about mental health issues and mental health conditions. So that's an important thing to do. And so we are happy as we mark this World Mental Health Day to raise awareness again about this important issue.
He emphasized the role of every individual in the protection of people living with mental health conditions.
We can do better to take care of the people in our midst, the most vulnerable in our midst, to get them the help that they need. And if we say government, I think we should not go so far. If you and I, government has its role. Government should play its role. We also should play a role. We cannot. We can try to legislate behavior, but behavior does not usually change by legislation. It changes by people making an effort, talking to one another, and changing attitudes. We need to change the attitude that makes it difficult for people that need help to ask for help. In the way we talk, in the way we address people, even you watch a movie, you say, madman, weary, and then the person feels, I don't want to be tagged that, I don't want to be labeled, I don't want to make pariah in the society. So I don't tell anybody I'm on meds. I don't want to use my meds. I don't want to tell anybody I'm struggling with depression. I don't want to tell anybody I'm struggling with anxiety, because I don't want to lose less of a man. So government has passed laws, government is doing its own, but let's also do what we can as we pressure government to do more.
The theme of this year's World Mental Health Day is mental health is a universal human right. And the goal is to raise awareness that promotes the protection of people living with mental health conditions. And the best way to do that, they say, is by protecting their basic rights.
The mental health bill is a great development. At least Nigeria used to be one of the countries which paradoxically criminalizes somebody that needs help. Somebody wants to attempt suicide, so he doesn't succeed, and then you jail him. That person needs help, doesn't need jail, right? So the mental health bill addresses that. It addresses how people that are struggling with mental health conditions can be a part of their health. So it's a great thing, and I believe that the government would have done the needful. I hope so.
The first ever legislation that covers mental health in Nigeria is the Lunacy Act 1958, which was proposed by the British government. It guided the operation of mental health services in Nigeria until January 2023, when the National Mental Health Bill was passed. One of the provisions of the National Mental Health Bill is to create a Department of Mental Health in the Federal Ministry of Health, with proper implementation of the bill and support from individuals and other corporations. Mental health care can become a reality in Nigeria. I am Obinna Anyeke. Rapid TV.